Connected to Press Talk Wi-Fi JMJ Nearly and Interview Problem.
We love to think that right now we're the most advanced civilization that's ever been, but there's much to be learned from our experiments are truly remarkable. We need to open our minds and accept that there have existed on the earth civilizations with technology that, while different from our own, and in some areas possibly not as advanced, had developed some engineering techniques that are as great or even greater. Fortunately, the ancient books in India's Rama Empire have been preserved, unlike those of China, Egypt, Central America, and Peru. Many of these ancient nations are now either desert wastelands, swallowed by thick jungle, or literally at the bottom of some ocean. Yet India, despite devastation by wars and invasion, managed to maintain a large part of its ancient history. For a long time, Indian civilization was not believed to date from much earlier than about 500 BC, only about 200 years prior to Alexander the Great's invasion of the subcontinent. In the past century, however, the extremely sophisticated cities of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa have been discovered in the Indus Valley of modern-day Pakistan. The discoveries of these cities forced archaeologists to push the dates for the origin of Indian civilization back 1,000 years. A wonder to modern-day researchers, the cities were highly developed and caused leading archaeologists to believe that they were conceived before they were built, a remarkable early example of city planning. Even more remarkable is that the plumbing sewage system throughout the large city is superior to that found in Pakistan, India, and most Asian countries today. So, what do we know about ancient Indian technology? There are many stories of flying vehicles coming from ancient Indian sources, written texts that have come down to us through the centuries. There's no doubt that most of these texts are authentic. Many of them are well-known ancient Indian epics themselves, and there are literally hundreds of them. The Indian Emperor Ashoka started a secret society of the 9 unknown men, great Indian scientists who were supposed to catalog the many sciences. Ashoka kept their work secret because he was afraid that the advanced science cataloged by these men, culled from ancient Indian sources, would be used for the bad purpose of war, which Ashoka was strongly against, having converted to Buddhism after defeating a rival army in a bloody battle. The 9 unknown men wrote a total of 9 books, presumably one each. Book number 1 was The Secrets of Gravitation. This book, known to historians, it dealt chiefly with gravity control. It's presumably still around somewhere, kept in a secret library in India, Tibet, or elsewhere. Only a few years ago, the Chinese discovered some Sanskrit documents in Lhasa, Tibet, and sent them to the University of Chandigarh to be translated. Dr. Ruth Reyna of the university said recently that the documents contain directions for building interstellar spaceships. Their method of propulsion, she said, was anti-gravitational, and was based upon a system analogous to that of Lajima, the unknown power of the ego existing in man's physiological makeup. A centrifugal force strong enough to counteract all gravitational pull. According to Hindu yogis, it is this Lajima which enables a person to levitate. Dr. Reyna said that on board these machines, they were called astras by the text, The ancient Indians could have sent a detachment of men onto any planet, according to the document, which is thought to be thousands of years old. The manuscripts were also said to reveal the secret of Antima, the cap of invisibility, and Garima, how to become as heavy as a mountain of lead. It's said that at the time of Atlantis and Rama, the Mediterranean was a large and fertile valley.
Can I skip the commercial?
Simba, you must remember who you are. The one true king.
Yeah, won't let me skip this shit, yo. Fuck these commercials. Who gives a fuck about the Lion King remake? That should have never be better than the original Disney animated version. I don't give a fuck if Beyonce, Jay-Z, and motherfucking Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't give a fuck who you put, man. That should never be better than the original fucking Lion King.
Known as the Osirian civilization. The Nile River came out of Africa, as it does today, and was called the River Styx. However, instead of flowing into the Mediterranean Sea at the Nile Delta in northern Egypt, it continued into the valley and then turned westward to flow into the deepest part of the Mediterranean Valley, where it created a large lake and then flowed out between Malta and Sicily, and south of Sardinia into the Atlantic at Gibraltar, the Pillars of Hercules.
I know how to say this motherfucking name now. What up, fo? On top of the morning to you. I know when the comments get stuck like this, people like to take it down so they get the full screen. But when I take it down, we lose the elapsed time counter to see how long we've been streaming. And we lose the info bar at the bottom for new viewers who may want to connect or link with me some type of way on a different media platform. So I know the comments are stuck and froze right now, but I got the app up on the phone, so I am able to keep up with what you guys are saying. Yo, Jeremy, what's good, dude? And Savion Glover. I don't give a fuck who's in that shit. Fuck that. Alright, top of the morning. It looks like a nice day outside again. It's a little breezy this morning. It's not bad though. I like it like that. Just boys. Oh, it's going this morning. I'm feeling lively. I got up, got all my chores done. Vacuumed, I did dishes, folded clothes, put laundry away. Now I can sit around and be a lazy heck. Sit around and be a do-nothing. Except when I do nothing, I do stuff. Even when I'm sitting around doing nothing, I'm still getting something done. You know? It's a difficult thing to manage, but a little bit of practice, you can get good at it. Sitting around doing nothing, getting shit accomplished. Don't sound like that shit should be able to work, but it does. You just gotta learn how to finesse it and be able to roll with the punches. Almost done. Almost done. And then I gotta ship it off to its new owner. But yeah, this painting came out nice. Cute little baby painting. I don't normally paint babies. I have fun painting babies. Oh yeah. Y'all got some baby pictures y'all want me to paint? This baby painting look fantastic. Looks just like a little baby. One of the main things left is to write her name and birth date on her hospital band. And then I'm really feeling like that's it, though. Honestly. No, I might want to play around with this little area of her shirt again. That's right behind her fingers right here. Might do something right there. But I painted her band yesterday, so that's still kind of wet. I don't know, it might be dry enough to paint over. It's tacky. Yeah, it's not that tacky. It's kind of tacky, but not really. A little tacky. I might can't paint on it today. But I can work on this little section of her shirt right there. And then, and it says just putting her name on her bracelet. I might block this in white one more time, this background. I can see through it a little bit right here, a little bit. I'll just get some solid white. Bam, bam. Throw that shit up there. Sign my name at the bottom. And then wait for this little area right here. Masterpiece. Complete, just like that, you know what I'm saying? Lickety split even. You know? Sometimes I amaze my damn self. Sometimes I amaze my goddamn self. Wow, boy. You got some talent there. Let me show you how to do that there. Yeah, let me show you how to do that there. So what's up? Y'all want to talk about racist America, systemic white supremacy and oppression, black on black violence, the burning and looting of low income communities, civil unrest, possible race wars, the fall of America, the totalitarian dictatorship that is obviously right on the horizon. They did this little quarantine shit, this little goddamn curfew shit as a test. When that real martial law kicks in and they got boots on everybody's neck, then y'all gonna see. Then you'll see. That's what it is. You know what? The universe is this amazing motherfucking thing, bro. I hate I can't type without looking at the keyboard. So this was the first time in how long that NASA actually.
Everything in this lifetime. I sit here and watch.
So it was a combined NASA SpaceX effort, right, to get the astronauts up there, and it was something like NASA hasn't actually had anything to do with getting astronauts in space in a while. I guess it's just all like the European space program, the Russian space program, and all these other motherfuckers are sending people up there. But I don't know. I was I was watching the launch, but I caught it like hours early. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, we'll, set the launch in like 2 hours or something. I never tuned back into it. But yeah, apparently everything went pretty well, yo. And that's the shit that motherfuckers are missing out on. It's like, cool shit is going on, people. Stop fucking shit up, yeah. Like, let's focus on the cool shit.
Cyborg go diving in her spare time. I had no idea that you went in for this kind of stuff. Isn't there anything that you're afraid of? What if the floaters don't work or something else fails?
I suppose I'll die then. Or would you dive in to rescue me? I didn't beg you to come along, and I sure as hell don't want to lecture.
Exactly. It's like, why did they start airing it so early, like hours in advance? And I forgot about the shit. I don't know if I went to sleep or what I did, but it was like, it's the next day already. It's like, fuck, I didn't watch the fucking launch, yo. Like, totally forgot about that shit, yo. Really did.
Hey, so tell me, what's it like to swim in the sea?
What do you mean? I thought you'd already been through all of the underwater training courses.
I'm asking about the ocean, not those damn pools.
I feel fear, cold, alone. Sometimes down there I even feel hope.
Oh, huh? In those deep, dark waters?
When I float weightless back to the surface, I imagine I'm becoming someone else. It's probably the decompression.
You want to get out of Section 9, is that it?
Plateau, how much of your body is...
Life is a responsibility. We're here to save each other.
This whole thing, how do I know it's not another game?
God.
Move on.
They had to bring it
5,
back.
4.
Oh, now this is it. This is the actual launch, and it's like 3 seconds away. So, do you really think the Earth is round, or this motherfucker flat, and we got some kind of dome around this bitch that won't allow us to go past the dome? Do you really think that we are actually in space, on a space station, doing experiments in outer space? Do you think that we have actually ventured as far as the moon, walked on the moon, and returned back to the planet Earth on multiple occasions, even though some scientists speculate that a human would not be able to survive passing through the Van Allen radiation belts, which would cause extreme radiation and heat damage to living tissue and cells. Just a bunch of questions. Do you think the first SpaceX launch that put the Tesla and Spaceman into orbit was real? Because some people thought that was fake as well. How far are we actually venturing out above our planet, and what does those implications actually mean? Are they seeing things up there that they can't really explain what they are? I'm just asking questions here. I don't agree with none of this shit. I'm just asking questions. Or are we in a pod wired to the fucking Matrix, yo? And this is some goddamn ancestral simulated reality. Who the fuck knows? But they swear down they be going in space now. But they say we haven't been back to the moon because we lost all the information. That's like, there is some weird shit that goes on with these space programs. You just gotta look into this shit. How you lost all the data and information that got you to the moon the first time, and now it's too hard to recreate the telemetry data and all of that, and so that's why you don't go back to the moon? Tell me, last time y'all been to the moon was in 1973 or some bullshit, and technology hasn't gotten better, made it easier, and now you got motherfucking independent companies trying to build and design more efficient forms of spacecraft that can be reused. Isn't this some shit that motherfuckers should have thought of after the Apollo series of missions on ways to develop easier, lighter, better, reusable forms of travel? It just seems so odd. Everything else is constantly progressed, yo. We don't use nothing from the 50s and 60s and 70s today. Not for the most part. Everything is newer and better and always getting better. But our space program is just like They got to a certain point and stopped that shit instead of trying to advance it and make it better. Never understood that. Yo, Blunt, what up, bro? Anything involving the moon, exactly. But then, like you say, to land vertically, that's how they did that shit in the science fiction movies. You see rockets take off, and then you see the rocket fucking land like that. But then our fucking space program just built like space airplanes. Where, okay, they go up like this on the rocket thrusters, but then they get in space and they come like this, and then when they come back into the atmosphere, it's like more or less like a plane instead of a cigar-shaped rocket that can fucking land straight back down again. I mean, that's why I really admire Elon Musk. Like, he has brilliant fucking ideas. When Exactly, and I think that's why a lot of the propaganda from the space race, you can't even trust a lot of that shit, man. Once again, did we really, really go to the moon the first time we said we did? Maybe, maybe not. Did we actually go to the moon? Probably did. Did we go when we said we did it, or how we did it? You got to ask Stanley Kubrick that shit, man, because some people know some shit that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing but speculation. I wasn't even a drop in my daddy nuts when all that shit was going on. But the shit is weird. When you look into it and you read some shit about it, then you listen to motherfuckers and the interviews and shit they were saying, it was some weird ass shit. And the moon is weird as hell in itself, just like our satellite, our natural satellite, is more like a dual planet system instead of a planet moon system. Because the moon is so fucking big, yo. Compared to the Earth, the moon is really, really, really fucking big. Other planets that are larger than Earth only can acquire small satellites within their gravitational pull in order to keep it in a stable orbit around the planet. And these other planets have small moons because it takes a lot of gravity to maintain it in a trajectory and position where it doesn't fly off into space and it doesn't come colliding and crashing down into the planet. Our fucking moon is big as fuck compared to other moons. And it's close as shit. It's so big and so close that it almost seems like somebody put it there. I'm just saying. Ain't no evidence that somebody did put it there. But that's what it seems like. It just seems like somebody said, boop, and set that motherfucker right where it's at. And it's one of those weird anomalies because everything in the heavens rotates. Everything rotates and revolves. Our moon, this bitch don't spin, yo. I know everything else spin, but the moon won't spin. How come you so big and so close to me and you won't turn around? You suspect, motherfucker. I don't trust you too much. Gotta keep an eye on you. That shit don't make sense. The shit does not make sense. Have we ever been there? Maybe. Probably went to the moon. You know? We could have went there, possibly. I'm not saying we didn't. I'm not saying we did. Oh, shit. Whew. Frank the Tank. Here we do those stretches this morning. My fucking back been stiff as shit lately because no gym. Shit. Normally I go to the gym a couple days a week, you know, stretch out real good. Get limber and flex my muscles and shit. Man, trying to do this shit from home, I can't do all the good stretches I want to do because I ain't got like them stretching bars and shit. And then some mornings I just don't do shit. And now, like, my back feel fucking tight than a motherfucker. How does it feel like that? That's called getting old. I don't like it. I do not like this part at all. Is the moon not the remainder of Tia or Tiamat? Well, they said Tiamat collided with the Earth to create the moon. Who knows? It was called the whack theory. You going to the protest, bro? Y'all protest not they? Man, listen. Man, yeah, there's so many crazy theories about the moon, about the moon's origin, the makeup of the moon. You know, how, you know, if, have you ever heard of, see, this is one thing that, now this is like, whoo, but a lot of people have heard of the hollow earth theory. And there's even a book written about it called Journey to the Center of the Earth. An old book, I forgot the author's name, but I mean, you ain't even got to explain the story or the theory. You know, motherfuckers just think there's people living inside the earth somewhere. Like the center of the earth isn't this molten core of magma and compressed heat and lava or whatever, but it's actually a inner sun and like an atmosphere and this kingdom of forgotten beings or whatever. But there's a very similar theory with the moon, that the moon is actually hollow and there are inhabitants inside the moon that operated as a machine. The moon is basically like the Death Star. Where do you think that idea came from? Huh? Where do you think the idea of the Death Star came from? The moon. That's all. It's a big floating moon with people on the inside, and you know, it fucks shit up. Our moon might be a Death Star, yo. it's just crusty as hell. If you take the moon to the car wash and wash that shit off, wash all the crust and potholes off, man, there'll be a Death Star underneath that bitch, yo. You think I'm lying? See, that's why I can't tell y'all all the shit I be listening to, man. Hollow moon theories, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen to the Dogon for Africa and they stories of the origin of the moon, saying that the two dragon brothers brought the moon here, and the moon was an egg. You know, eggs are hollow. You know, but they still got stuff inside. Some weird shit, man. Moon is a dragon egg, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You know, according to legends. I'm sure it's not made of cheese though. You won't know if it's made of cheese until you bite that motherfucker. You know? You go out there, you start biting on the moon, and that shit is just really some dirt and dust. Then you be like, alright, this shit ain't cheese. Cause it could be some gray Parmesan cheese. You know the sprinkly cheese? Y'all know, man, you can pick that shit up. It looked like sand. Man, that's Parmesan, nigga. This is Parmesan. The moon is made out of Parmesan cheese, people. Bring some salads and croutons. Alright, that was the last one. I need to fucking shave. Oh, I got interviews tomorrow, guys. I got, we just gonna say fuck this whole COVID shit or whatever and just hop back in the studio. Start doing some more art interviews for my TV show, because I have a real TV show. I know y'all think I'm just this quirky guy on YouTube, but I'm trying. I really do. I'm trying hard, man. So get back in the studio. We're gonna start filming season 2 of Roundtable Discussions, hosted by yours truly. What's my name? I ain't gotta say it. You know? Gotta make this thing happen so I can sell this to one of the networks. And then I'll be on everybody TV Saturday mornings, bringing art and joy to your children. With a bunch of subliminal pro-black anti-racism messages sprinkled throughout the program. I'll be in the studio, be a big ass Black Panther flag on the background. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I ain't even gonna acknowledge that shit. I'm just be painting. Then the little kids be like, "Mommy, what's that right there?" And then that's how you educate your kids. See, little tidbits at a time. Yo, peace, bud. Parmoon. It's not Parmesan, it's Parmoon. What did I say? Oh, yeah. Do I have some yellows? I need some yellow. And what else? That's about it. I got some green, some orange. I got a little bit of golden, ochre, and I got some Naples yellow on there. So I just need a little bit of cadmium yellow hue to brighten this thing up. Oh, some cadmium yellow hue. Gonna throw this on the palette. Oh, and then I'm gonna need a bunch of white. I said I do want to go over. I want to go over the white again, at least in this corner, and maybe not there. In this corner, and maybe around the hand at least. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, shit. See if I can get that a little bit brighter. This thing is looking really, really good. Really, really, really good.
Three, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
America has launched. So rises a new era of American spaceflight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 20 seconds into flight, stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
T-plus 30 seconds into this historic mission.
It's similar, and yet it's very different to what we've been used to over the years. And you got to give credit to the SpaceX approach. For years, they were flying cargo to the International Space Station. They began with a design and built the cargo craft with human beings always in mind. And so they got a lot of experience with the Falcon 9 Dragon combination, sending cargo up to the International Space Station. So while this is a first launch with humans strapped inside, and that ups the ante on safety, human rating is a big deal, they learned an awful lot over the past 10 years in those repeated trips to the International Space Station. So, when you hearken back to the first space shuttle launch back in 1981, that vehicle had never flown before. That was an extraordinary test flight John Young and Bob Crippen accomplished in that day. In this case, this is, in some respects, in many respects, a tried and true system that Benken and Hurley are riding on.
At 12 minutes, T plus 12 minutes, and we're about 20 seconds from that, the capsule will separate completely from the rocket. I want to just listen in for a second to see if we can hear some of that communication.
That separation event should be coming up shortly. Then they'll begin a series of checks on the Draco thrusters that are going to be used to maneuver and then power Dragon on its flight to the International Space Station. Standing by for separation.
Expected loss of signal or loss?
It sounds like we had an expected LOS loss of signal with one of the ground stations. Waiting for confirmation now of that.
Dragon separation confirmed.
Dragon separation confirmed.
There is a great view right in front of you of Dragon separating. And there's that call out. Dragon is now officially making its way to the International Space Station today.
Dragon SpaceX with that separation call. We have a few words.
The second stage of the Falcon 9 rocket drifting back down to Earth. The capsule is on its own. Scott Kelly, an incredible moment to witness. I have to imagine for you, as someone who's hitched a ride on a Soyuz, a Russian rocket before, this looks to be traveling a little bit more style and a little more comfort here.
Yeah, definitely a bigger coolness factor when you look at the blue lights and the spacesuits. Different than the Soyuz, although any rocket you fly into space is definitely cool. This is a little bit extra special, I think.
And it was, what, $86 million a pop there on the Soyuz. This coming from U.S. soil, putting Americans up into the air. They have a 19-hour ride at this point, Miles, to the International Space Station. And it's interesting. they don't know how long they're going to stay. At this point, it's anywhere from a month to 3 months. NASA has yet to decide how long they'll stay up there.
Yeah, it's a test flight. That's the important thing that we've been trying to get across here. But hey, you've got two guys who are up at the space station. The space station currently has 1 U.S. astronaut, and the U.S. side of the house could use a little bit of help. So why not stay there for a reasonable period of time? The limiting factor, I'm told, is the solar arrays themselves. They will degrade in orbit, and their functionality will degrade so much. So they'll be watching that very carefully to see how long they can stay, maybe upwards of 120 days. The other thing that's important is the Crew Dragon, the next flight, the official crew flight, is slated for August 30th. They want to get this craft back in time to look at it very carefully, pick it apart like a Thanksgiving turkey, make sure there aren't any problems that need to be addressed before they give a green light for that next mission on August 30th. So those are the things they'll be thinking about. But in the meantime, Behnken and Hurley will have a big to-do list on the International Space Station.
No question about that. Also joining us now is astronaut Jessica Meir. I understand you've only been down on Earth since the middle of April. First of all, welcome back. Nice to have you here. I did get a chance to speak with you when you were on the International Space Station. You're watching the way you might get there the next time. So I wonder what your feelings are at this moment.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you very much. I am still readjusting to life back here on Earth, and I gotta say, a little bit jealous of Bob and Chunky right now because I would much rather still be floating. But this is incredibly exciting for all of us, especially for those of us in the astronaut office. We now have yet another vehicle of getting humans to space. So that is really a great thing for everybody on the planet, particularly exciting from a national pride standpoint to be launching from the U.S. again. We'll still be continuing those international partnerships, and I wouldn't have traded that time in Russia for anything in the world. That will be an important part of our space journey still going forward, but it is a great news that we will now have several vehicles, hopefully another one coming online soon with Boeing to get humans to space.
Jessica and Scott, I want to ask you both a question right now that has to do with the moment that we're in, because this is a shared experience that we're enjoying right now as Americans, watching a first in space right now, and that's wonderful. And it fills us all, I think, with pride and joy, but it is not a joyful moment overall in the country right now. There's immense difficulty on the ground. And so, Scott, I want to put it first to you. What's it like to be in space? What's it like to have that physical separation from the people and the planet when things are going on that are painful like this?
Yeah, so I had a very painful moment in my spaceflight career on my first long-duration flight. My sister-in-law, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, was shot in Tucson, Arizona, and 6 people killed, other people injured. And it's tough. It's a tough place to be when you feel like you need to support your family, your friends, people at home, and you can't be there. But both Bob and Doug are professionals. I've known them for 20 years, and they'll be able to separate what's going on the planet from their professional responsibilities. And that's what I had to do when Gabby was shot. It's not easy, but they'll handle it like the professionals they are.
Jessica, I want to know if you can reflect on that for a moment, given the fact that you were up in space for a period of time after the pandemic here started.
Yeah, that is right. It was actually quite a surreal feeling for us on board the space station to watch this situation be unfolding beneath us. And particularly given that we were still going about our normal workday. So we were very busy. Nothing changed with our operations on board. And of course, that's not to say that everything hadn't changed for the NASA ground control team. Really a testament to them of how they handled things. I mean, they were setting up a separate control room in order to keep each other safe and still maintain our continuous operations. So it was really seamless to us. us. If we hadn't been watching the news or talking to family and friends, we wouldn't have even known what was happening. But it really was this stark contrast. You know, I'm looking out the window and the Earth looks equally as stunning as it did the day before, as everything is happening here. And we know that we are the only 3 humans of the 7.5 billion humans on the Earth that aren't currently infected by it. So it was a very strange situation and a difficult one for us to process, particularly for my crewmate Drew Morgan. He's actually a physician as well. So for us, for both of us to see, and especially for him to see all of the medical care personnel and all of the frontline workers really risking everything to keep people safe and keep people healthy, it was a little bit difficult for us to not be able to contribute anything to that and to be watching it all from above.
As you can see on our screen right now, historian Douglas Brinkley joins us now as well. And Doug, the entire Apollo program took place during one of the most tumultuous periods in U.S. history. You're talking about the late 60s and early 70s. You're talking about Vietnam. You're talking about riots on the streets. So the space program has a long history of being something that is happening at the same time as the country is going through a difficult period. And here we are again in 2020 in such a moment.
You can transform your videos from looking like an 80s home video to a modern day Hollywood blockbuster. And you can do that by adding animated text to your videos just like this. And you can even add full-on video animations that look something like this. Videos is a simple drag and drop animation system that gives you a professional finish.
Yeah. Let's skip that. Back to the
Yes,
NASA
we are.
stuff.
I mean, I think we just witnessed a new golden age in space exploration. You know, when John F. Kennedy was president, Alan Shepard became the first American in space. And on this, the crew, right before takeoff right now, said, let's light this candle. That was a kudo to the Mercury program. That was Alan Shepard said that when we put our first human in space in '61. But Alan Shepard was only up in space for 14.8 minutes, meaning up and down. So you can declare a success by the time we retrieved him in the Atlantic. Now it's a lot of weight. This could go on for weeks and months, so you don't want to pop the champagne too quickly. But space, as you mentioned, became a great diversion from the tumultuous 60s. I mean, 4.4% of our national budget went to NASA in the 60s. Today, it's a third of 1%. So we would see rioting and assassinations and Vietnam protests, hawks and doves, and somehow the Mercury program moved forward. 1 astronaut in Mercury, Gemini 2, and then Apollo 3. And we had that grand moment when Richard Nixon was president, when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon. And the word moonshot now means American can-doism. So today, I find this is a big a morale boost. That America's back in a very premier way in space, and it's going to be a robust world now on rocketry and satellites going up. But this is going to spur even more rocket activity if this is fully successful.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning. You're looking at the SpaceX Falcon 9
SpaceX Falcon 9 heavy rocket set to launch 2 astronauts to the International Space Station. So what do you guys think, man? Are you excited about this new era in space travel that actually an independent company was able to partner with our National Space and Aeronautics Administration to put a new rocket that is actually carrying astronauts in space, docking with the International Space Station, and then being able to return the same craft back to the surface of the Earth and reuse it again. Is this not amazing? Do you not realize like how history will write this? We're living in crazy times, people. Take note. Shit is crazy. So much stuff is going on, yo. And there's so much more stuff right around the corner. Then it's like, fuck, my lifespan, even if I live to be a good, I'm gonna stretch it and say like 80, 95 years old or some shit like that. A good long life. I could just imagine like all the innovations and technologies that will be right around the corner at the end of my lifespan. You know what I'm saying? All the shit is just right there on the fucking horizon. I guarantee you I'm gonna, like, I seen the internet come into existence in my life. You don't even know how amazing. Right now, this shit still fucking, I can imagine like a person when they saw the first automobile or some shit like that. You know, their whole life, they grew up right outside the town on the farm, and you take the carrot. You get on your horse or and if you need to carry shit, you get the buggy and you go into town that way. And then to see this fucking machine chugging away down the street or down the road with no horse in front of it. It just moves by itself. Like, I can imagine how that shit would affect somebody or how people would be fascinated about that throughout their entire life. Like, the internet is that thing for me. It has fascinated me, and I'm still completely amazed that this shit fucking works the way it does, as well as it does, and then all of the other abilities that we have due to the internet. Because when I was a kid, this shit wasn't here, yo. That shit didn't exist. It did not exist. And then there's so much other cool shit that has come into existence in my lifetime. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know even, like, when I'm dead, like, yo, just the day that I die, like, the next day, there gonna be some new cool-ass invention that comes out. Like, fuck, they finally put out invisible jumpsuits that you can order on Amazon. You can put that shit on and just walk around invisible. Like, damn it, man. I couldn't have lived one more fucking day, so I get my invisible jumpsuit. Son of a bitch. Yo, Shaman, what up, bro? My man just tried real hard, yo, to advertise his channel on my page, on my channel. This motherfucker say, come to my art YouTube, but his message got blocked. Like, why would you even do that though? I don't go to nobody else's channel and be like, yo, come check out my shit, yo. You may even have like really, really good art. I don't got this marketing algorithm figured out to get more views or whatever. I just do the best I can. But I definitely not gonna go and advertise my shit on someone else's fucking channel. You know, like when motherfuckers come advertise their shit on my fucking channel. That shit ain't go through though. Toodaloo. What up, everybody? Listen. Oh, thank you. No, welcome to the stream. Quarantine streams. COVID confessionals. Lockdown diaries. I wrote a song about it. Like to hear it. Here you go. Ooh. So now, I said there's not much left here. We're gonna hit this white one time, and then, yeah, I think I might. Should I be rushy? Cause it's not terrible. I'm gonna try to be rushy, cause I want to keep painting on this painting, and there's not much left to do. And more than likely, I'll be taking this painting off of the easel and putting something else up here in the next few minutes, honestly. So let's see what size brush. Do I want this brush? No. All right, let's get a little bigger brush. Just do that one. Or what if I don't really like that one? And then do that one. Let's do that one. I'm gonna need some more white though. Or maybe not. I'm gonna need some medium. I might put a little bit more white on here real quick. Let's see. I might have to make me a Amazon art order. I need a few colors, not desperately. I just always like to have a backup. Like when the tube is like, if I got a quarter tube left, I'm already trying to replace that shit. I don't want to hit a big project and then need a lot of a color and then like fuck and then have to wait, you know? I did that shit starting my custom sneaker project, the last one I did, where I already started the shoe and didn't have enough of one color. Like, I hate doing that. But I'm getting really low on my medium. I mean, this right here. And I've had this, 16 ounces? I've had this for 2 years? It took me like 2 years, almost 3 years. Swear to God, yo. Took me almost, I know for a fact, at least 2 years, almost 3 years to use this thing. But I'm going to go ahead and replace it. And I've used other stuff in between, and that's why it has lasted so long. But I definitely want to replace this and just get another exact same bottle of it. Winsor Newton 16.9 fluid ounce artist medium, a couple colors, and I don't know. I need some paper palettes too. I'm getting low on those. Ooh, too much. Is it too much? Never too much. Just put more paint on it. That's all you gotta do. Just put more paint. Spread that out some. Like I said, this is, you guys probably won't be able to even see what I'm doing, honestly. If I get super close, maybe you can see. still kind of hard to see, but this white isn't completely even. I just want to even that out a little bit. In the background. You can see it in person, up close. Trust me, it's there. So just come back and just put some more white paint on that shit, man. Make it thick, like pancakes. You know what I'm saying? And so that your white is nice and solid and it's an even tone. Careful not to fuck up the baby arms. Babies' arms are important to their development into adulthood. Alright. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Nice size brush for the job. Nice, quick, easy job. That looks nice. Trust me, I can absolutely see a difference there. Solid when it. Ooh, wait, whoa. Don't knock that down. Don't knock it down. Then a little bit here. Just to fill some of these little brush strokes in. And then after this, we're gonna get a liner brush and write her name and birthday on her armband, her birth bracelet, her identification badge. See, I told you, just painting white on white, all this white on white, violets, man, what the hell? I ain't mean to take it there, my bad. Did not mean to take it there. Wrote a song about it, like the hit, here you go. Ooh. Nah, I did write songs though. Y'all know I wrote songs, man. I am a rapping painter. Y'all ain't never heard of that shit, man. A rapping painter? Well, y'all probably did and they never knew it. There are a lot of rappers who are actually artists as well. Lupe Fiasco, he's a really good artist. He painted his album cover for Tetsuo and Youth. Wow, just fucking up. Why my hands so shaky? Andre 3000 from Outkast is an artist. If you look at Outkast's first album covers, like Andre 3000 painted those shit, yo. He's a dope artist, a dope painter. If I really put out an official rap album or any type of album, I would definitely paint my own album cover. It'll be me dressed as Marty McFly in Back to the Future. But the black version is Black to the Future. You get it? Never mind. I'm giving up too many ideas. That's my intellectual property. Y'all need to leave that shit right there where it's at. Black to the Future. No? Y'all don't like the concept? Anyways, I ain't asked you bitches. If I wanted your opinion, I would have gave it to you. Yeah, y'all ever heard that one? If I wanted your opinion, I would have gave you one. Oh, wow. Y'all see how nice it is out there? Oh, it's just so sunny and bright. Oh, it's a nice day. Such a nice day. I gotta find a reason to go outside. I might wash the car. I might go wash the car just to be like, I'm outside, bitches. I'm outside, bitches. And it takes like 20 minutes, then, you know, you're right back in the house. Oh, that was enough outside for me. Back to Call of Duty. Because I'm a soldier on the video game. Who playing Call of Duty with me today? Nobody? An album cover series? Yo, I could do that, yo. Just like come up with like hypothetical make-believe albums and then even have like some titles to the songs, like make a playlist for it, but all of it is just like some shit that I come up with. I'm telling you, man, my one album, the first one can be like Black to the Future. Then I have songs like Don't Call Me Chicken. Motherfucking songs like If a Boo Boo Kari Lived Today. You know what I'm saying? I write a song called I Went to Go Pick Up Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Black to the Future. Some crazy shit like that. What? A white shirt? Man, this shirt got so much paint on it, bro. So much paint. It's ridiculous. There's this one old dude, yo. I seen him, like, he paints signs on the windows and stuff, and buildings and stuff. There's this old black dude, but he wears a tuxedo while he paints. I think he wears a tuxedo and is on roller skates or something. And he says, like, if he gets any paint on himself, the job is free, yo. Hello?
Where's the blanket?
It's in the closet. Oh, what blanket? The comforter?
Oh, it's on the dryer.
Yeah, you left it in the basement.
I just thought you would have got it after I put it back in the dryer. Never mind.
We just did watch the lunch. Smooth G. We actually just watched the launch in here a little while ago. I didn't watch it live yesterday. We talked about it for a minute, bro, right before you came in. But, so yeah, I saw the preview to the launch, and when I tuned in, they were still like an hour or something out. You know what I'm saying? It was like launch later today at 4 p.m. Eastern or some shit. Like, I'm like, dang, that's like an hour and something away. And I had to do some other shit. So I'm running around doing stuff, man. I got shit done, came back home, and completely forgot about that shit and did not tune into it. And then this morning, earlier, we were talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I do want to see what the shit looked like. So we did just watch like a 15-minute clip of the actual launch, and then some NASA astronauts who were recently in space giving some commentary and their thoughts and feedbacks on this new joint venture between SpaceX and NASA, and how SpaceX has quickly become one of the front runners in aeronautics and space flight development using their Falcon Heavy systems, which are reusable rockets that can actually land upright. And so they've run a couple of missions to the space station just taking cargo. I think they did like 6 or 7 cargo flights, and this is their first manned flight to actually take astronauts to the International Space Station, which is pretty fucking amazing. It's pretty fucking amazing. You know, 3:22 Eastern. But it was like I had to meet somebody at 1:30. Was it 1:30? And then I was like, all right, cool. And then the dude, he pushed it back to like 2:30, and I'm like, oh, come on, bro. And then I had to meet this guy at 2:30. Then right after that, I had to go do something else. And man, I ain't get back home till like 5 something, 6 something. Then, like I say, even when I got home, that shit wasn't even on my mind. Like all the little errands I was running, I was still thinking about all that shit. And then this morning it's like there was a great event yesterday. The Falcon 9. Yeah, man. Elon Musk is a flipping genius. He's a legit genius. This dude is just like, we're going to Mars. 2042. Gonna put some people on Mars. And meanwhile, while I'm getting prepared to put people on Mars, I'm just sit back. I'm gonna help make the Matrix for you, so we can merge with the AI before it takes over. So don't worry, got things under control. It's just space travel, manned missions to Mars, merging with AI. It's just normal days, man. Normal days. Everything is okay. Nothing strange. Nothing strange is going on over here, man. Ain't no weird shit popping off over here, homie. It's all good. I'm hungry, guys. I might go grab me some bowls of cereal. Might have to go grab me a bowl of cereal after I put some black paint on my canvas. Ooh, put some black paint. Why is my hand fucking stuck? What the fuck? Put some black paint on my canvas. Just a dab. It's too much. All I need is a dab. Alright. Let me go grab some cereal real quick, guys. Have a little breakfast. Before it gets to be lunchtime already. Oh, shit.
rocket at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, and it is quite a sight. Weather permitting, it is scheduled to blast off at 4:33 Eastern Time this afternoon, carrying 2 NASA astronauts to the International Space Station. It will be the first time a private company launches humans into orbit. As part of our Launch America coverage, Mark Strassman talked to SpaceX founder Elon Musk. It's his only broadcast network interview before today's launch.
I'm the chief engineer of the thing, so I just like to say, if it goes right, it's credit to the SpaceX NASA team. If it goes wrong, it's my fault.
You believe that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We met Elon Musk and NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine inside Kennedy Space Center's Launch Control Center. This is SpaceX's firing room, where Musk will watch today's scheduled liftoff. His Falcon 9 rocket stood on Launch Pad 39A, the same pad that sent Apollo 11 to the moon.
It's an incredible honor to be on this launch pad, for which we're immensely grateful. This is 39A is like Times Square. It's not just opening a play on Broadway, it's opening a play on Times Square. Okay, it's the best pad in the world.
What does this moment mean to you?
Well, this is the culmination of a dream. This is a dream come true. In fact, it feels surreal. If you'd asked me when starting SpaceX if this would happen, I'd be like 1%, 0.1% chance.
Since SpaceX launched 18 years ago, Musk has revolutionized rocketry and the business model of space travel. His Falcon 9 rocket is reusable, a milestone breakthrough, because it slashes the dominant cost of launching. Bridenstine says that sort of corporate innovation is key to NASA's future, too.
Now, for the first time, the government is saying, look, we want to be a customer for sure, but we want to be one customer of many. And we want to have numerous providers that are competing on cost and innovation. This is the beginning of a commercial marketplace in space.
SpaceX has had 19 successful launches of cargo to the International Space Station. But with this launch, for the first time, SpaceX will carry people. NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley. By far, it's the company's most pivotal test.
Is there one thing that keeps you up at night about this launch?
Not one thing.
No.
There's a lot of things.
Because a million things have to go right.
Yes. Thousands of things that can go wrong, and only one thing that can go right. Anything anyone can think of to improve the probability of success and make sure Bob and Doug are safely taken to the space station, that is the absolute priority. In fact, I've told the SpaceX team it is not simply the top priority, it is the only priority.
How does that responsibility weigh on you?
It weighs very heavily. That's really all I can think about right now. I really have to mentally block it, because otherwise it would be emotionally impossible to deal with.
It's that significant.
Yes. You know, I was asking them just a few hours ago, it's like, you guys feel good about this? Is there anything you want us to do? And, man, they're cool as a cucumber. I mean, they're just like, no big deal.
It's astonishing. I mean, they're ready to go. I sent them a text yesterday, and I said, if there's anything you want me to do to stop this,
That's me. Totally.
Yes. And both of them said, we're go for launch. Both of them.
So the astronauts are cooler than you two.
All right.
I think so.
Probably.
One of Bridenstine's goals, get Americans excited about space again. A successful launch would do that. NASA is also working with actor Tom Cruise to film a space movie. Wait for it, aboard the space station.
Get the fuck out of here.
With astronaut Tom Cruise.
Actually, I think that remains to be seen. We're supportive, and I think NASA is supportive of anything that captures the imagination of the public.
If they want to,
We're gonna make a movie on the space station.
A generation of explorers.
Sure.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's cool.
How much money would that cost to even just like
But I became a Navy pilot
to even
because
get the
I watched the movie
fucking
Top Gun
equipment up there? How
when
much
I was
money
in
would that
sixth
take?
grade, and it changed my life. The question is Tom Cruise making a movie about going to the International Space Station? Is he going to inspire the next Elon Musk? That's the question. And if he can do that, then we win.
But for SpaceX to fly Tom Cruise or anyone else down the road, first they have to nail this launch and this mission. It started raining here just a few minutes ago, but launch conditions are actually 60% favorable in the weather department. There's growing concern, though, about weather out in the Atlantic, where the capsule would have to ditch if the launch ran into a significant problem. And Anthony, if today is a no-go for weather or any other reason, the next launch window would be Saturday afternoon.
Okay, Mark, I saw the raindrops on your jacket, and I was thinking, uh-oh, I hope this holds up. If it doesn't hold up, I hope that moves away. But
Dude sent his Tesla to Mars. Man, this bird ain't gonna be dead by the time you get there. I love Golden Grams. I'm trying to think, like, is this my favorite cereal or not? Golden Grams are peanut butter crunch. Where's time gonna run? I gotta get the family size, yo. Eat this shit so much. And them little regular boxes. Like, why you even make a little box like that? I get it. But now with the Golden Grams, yo, you gotta get the big box and them shit, because I eat them bitches all day. The Golden Grams. This shit ain't nothing but graham crackers, man. That's all that shit is. This ain't even breakfast, man. It's just snacks. Motherfuckers eating graham crackers with some milk. Basically, it's cookies and milk. Is what they're trying to sell you. You know, they're just selling you cookies and milk, man. Golden Grams. Then you get the vanilla flavored fucking almond breezy. Boy. Vanilla graham crackers. This shit is so good. Now listen, I appreciate it. Thanks. I'll go to my Instagram. got the dope part for you. Damn. I've been painting for 11 years. Last year was my 10th year anniversary as an artist, as an oil painter actually. I've been an artist my whole life, but I didn't start oil painting until 2009. So now I gotta wait till 2029 just so I can get my 20 years of being an oil painter under my belt. Feel like a new man now, goddammit. Shit, I'm ready to talk some shit now. I'm full too. What? Fuck that. Ready to talk shit. I'm the best motherfucking artist in the world. Who say different? Say no. I know who the best artist in the world. I'm not gonna call their name though. Not gonna call their name. Cause honestly, it's just an opinion. And if I wanted yours, I would have gave it to you. You know? Honestly, I would have. If I wanted your opinion, I would have gave it to you. Yeah. Dang, bro. Seriously? What the fuck, dude? What in the holy heck? Oh. This motherfucking Butterfingers.
We've got Mike in Detroit. How are you?
Hi, Matt. How are you?
I'm pretty well. How are things going since last week?
It's okay. I mean, you know, I didn't know why I was calling last week. I just basically just called to talk. I've been meaning to call for a while, but I work on Sundays, and that kind of makes it difficult.
You work on Sundays. Should we stone you to death?
No, that's okay, Matt. Come on. You know the Sabbath was on Saturday, not on Sundays.
I do know that. You
okay,
do know that
the Sunday's the Lord's Day.
You do know that people can make jokes, right?
Okay, I thought it might be a joke, so maybe I'm just being...
I have no interest in stoning you because I don't care if you work 7 days a week.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
So last week I wasn't here. You talked to Russell and Don, and right off the bat, you said something that I kind of found... Well, I don't want to necessarily be rude about it, but it seemed to be kind of just a throwaway statement, because Don had been talking about abortion issues, and you called in to say that we wouldn't be having any discussions about abortions if it weren't for this problem of fornication. And to me,
now I got that no name. That shit's so good, it don't need no name. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Yo, my homeboy hit me up the other day, yo. He sent me a picture of his uncle. I'm not gonna show you, but hold up. So he sent me a picture of his uncle wearing this shirt, right? And I don't know if y'all can see that. It says the purple tape. If anybody my age and you're a real hip hop fan, you know what the fucking purple tape was, or who did the purple tape. And then so he sent me the picture. He was like, "Yo, what do you know about this shirt?" I'm like, "Dig it, it's Raekwon the Chef." He's like, "Bet." I'm having a convo with my uncle about it. And then I sent him the picture that I painted right here that clearly has a big ass fucking Wu-Tang logo right there. Like, I know Wu-Tang music, bro. Like, don't even try to test me with that shit. Then there's like, who has the best solo from the clan? So I asked you guys that question. Who has the best solo album from Wu-Tang? Would you guys even have an opinion on that? Which member of the Wu-Tang Clan had the best solo album? Y'all guys ain't got no opinion on that, do you? Man, that's wet and that's wet. Shit. How can I even write this? Damn it, man. Why did you do that to yourself? Where's my little stick at? fuck I put my stick? Word, word, word. And I don't like that. No, no, I don't like that. Damn it, man. 'Cause I don't. What I should have did was, I should have did this first. I should have drew a line. Now I'm just gonna make it worse. But then I can make it worse. Alright, okay, so I kind of fucked up. Well, I really fucked up a lot. But that's why I did it with a pencil first. Because I know I fuck up a lot. I don't like none of that I just wrote. Because it has to curve out. I guess if I start it here. So if I start here. And then pull it down and around. Down and around. Pull it down and around. Where in the hell? Oh, I don't know what I was dipping my brush in because ain't no damn paint right there. My bad, guys. Y'all can't see what I'm doing? That's the secret part. I ain't got my chat up either, so if y'all saying something, my apologies. I ain't trying to ignore you completely. Partially, maybe. But I don't like none of that. Why? Why does it seem trashy? What is that? Oh, damn. All right, basically, I just fucked that up, so I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do any more of that right now. Cause I don't wanna fuck it up worse than I did already. So we're not gonna fuck with that right now. I gotta come back and fix that later. Later on. Cause I done fucked it up. Cause I done fucked that part up. Hey. Y'all make mistakes, man. You can't let that shit get you down. You can't let it get you down. Hey, Bobby. This is Travis. I wanted to look at the Traverse.
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
Not much. Just chilling. I'm in Wilkes-Barre. I'm sorry, what you said? Hello? No, I can hear.
Hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, no, I was saying, I just want to know what I'm getting into before I come, you know?
Oh, how far you got to come from?
No, it's not about that. It's, what the question, the thing is, the car's in perfect condition, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, I have the title, I just want to know, like, if you're going to buy it, if you like it today, or you're going to buy it tomorrow, or what?
Oh, well, I'm looking at a few cars. Like, I'm just seeing what is going to be the best vehicle. So I looked at 2 cars Friday. I looked at 2 cars yesterday. I want to look at your car today, and I'll probably look at a couple of cars tomorrow. And then I'll make my decision, because there's a lot of cars out here on the market that people are saying are in good condition and all of that. But I just want to look at it and see, and I might put it at my top 3, or I might not. And I would if you feel like it'd be out your way to come to me, I would come to you and check it out. Or
Look, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you the address now, being that you said you want to come look, because that's what I just want to know. I always like to talk to people to see what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Just like you are, and tell me what's going on. So I'm going to text you the address, and you can go swing by the car, you know, you can look at it, blah, 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 and then we can go from there.
Okay.
How's that sound?
That sounds good to me.
All right, what other cars did you look at, if you don't mind asking?
So Friday I went and looked at a 2010 Honda Pilot, and they wanted 69 for it, but I have a 06 Equinox that I also want to get rid of. I want to replace it. I have 2 cars now. I don't want to add a 3rd car. I want to get rid of my Equinox and find something that's a little bit bigger, cargo space in the back. I need a bigger door on the back of the truck, but I don't want a Tahoe or an Excursion. I just want something bigger than a little bit bigger, just a little bit. And the Traverse is the next size up. So I'm looking for something comparable to that. So I looked at the Pilot. I wasn't happy with that. They were even willing to take my truck, and you know, they said, look, give us 5K in your truck and you can have it. But I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. I looked at a 2011 Nissan Pathfinder that looks in pretty good condition. So I got that one on the list. Then yesterday I looked at the big Buick SUV. It's the Enclave, or I think that one. So I looked at a Buick Enclave. This guy had a Subaru Tribeca and a Forester. And he had a Patriot with the L. It was the Patriot Latitude, but it was a stick shift. I didn't, and I can drive a stick, but not in the city. I don't need a stick shift in the city. That's just too much headache. But and so I also looked at the Lincoln MKT. It's nice, but it's not enough cargo space for me, and the back seats don't even fold down to put shit in there. So yeah, and so I was gonna look at your Traverse, and then somebody else has a 2009 Jeep Grand Cherokee that he wants to get rid of. So I was gonna check that one out too.
Alright, well, I'm gonna text you the address, and then we go from there.
All right. Well, I sure appreciate it. Well, you're not going to be at the vehicle? I wouldn't mind like seeing the inside, at least like sitting there. Even if I wasn't able to drive it, I wouldn't mind just like seeing the inside. And if not, that's still cool too. You know, I could still go by and look at the outside. But ultimately, before I purchase. Yeah, but before I purchase any vehicle, I want to take it to my mechanic. I've had the same mechanic for almost 10 years now. Like I say, and I have older vehicles. I have a 98 and a 06, and he keeps my shit running. And so, but when I get it.
At least you can go drive by the car. I'm telling you, I got brand new tires, fully detailed, brand new rebuilt transmission. I have receipts for it. It's immaculate, man. So you can just drive by it, check it out, and then we'll go from there.
All right, yeah. Shoot me the address, and I'll go shoot over there and check it out.
I want to send it to you right now.
All right, I appreciate it, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. So this dude has it's a really newer Traverse though. It's a 2015. The shit is only 5 years old. He says it has high miles on it, but it's all highway miles because it came from Texas, and the guy who owned it only had one owner for the past 5 years, but apparently he was like some business dude, and he drove a lot interstate on the highways, and he actually drove it from Texas to this area. And he said it did have some transmission problems, but he had the transmission rebuilt, and he has the receipts for it. And I think he only wants like $5,500 for this shit, yo. $5,500. That's not for 2015. But like I say, I got a mechanic at like, my mechanic is the shit, yo. I would definitely still he would have to let me get that shit and take it to my mechanic, and then I would let my mechanic drive that motherfucker and look over that shit and tell me yay or nay on should I buy that bitch or not. Because if my mechanic say, nah, don't get this shit, I'm not buying that shit, yo. If my mechanic look that bitch over, up and down, drive that shit, listen to it, and he say, yeah, it's worth $5,000, then I'll buy that shit. I don't know, for some reason I really did thought I was friends with somebody. And then I just got a friend request from him. Unless you just made a new page. Alright. That dude is like, "Cause you're gonna buy it now, I have the title." I'm not gonna buy that shit today, bro. I done looked at ass fucking cars in the past couple days. And then my girl was like, "You still looking at cars?" I'm like, "Yeah, motherfuckers post new cars for sale every day." You know, I might find some better shit today. And then that's the only thing though, like buying that shit from a private seller, I'm gonna have fucking 3 cars. I don't need fucking I'm gonna be fucking stuck with 3 fucking cars, yo. That's why I say it would absolutely be more advantageous for me to buy a car from a dealership, because 2 dealerships I've offered my car to, both of them said, "Yeah, I'll give you $1,000 for it." And it's like, that's not bad. $1,000 towards a different vehicle. Alright, so I'm gonna wait on this to dry until tomorrow, because I tried to write the letters on there, and I don't know what I was thinking, like trying to write it so straight, because the bracelet has a curve on it, and I tried to go straight across. I went too straight, and then I started too far in, and the whole name won't fit. So I just whited it out, and so now I know next time I'm gonna have to start a little bit closer to the edge here, and when I start to print the letters, make it dip down further, and then put the date here. So I just wrote it too far in and too high the first time. Like I said, that's why I ain't go jump right on it with the brush, because then I would have had to wait for that paint to dry and then to paint over that. But now I can. Really? So now I should be able to do it tomorrow, and I have a better idea of how I should do it. So I might actually accomplish it on the second try. Get that thing done on the second try. I'm so confident though, I might just go ahead and sign it now. Yeah, I think I might sign it now. I want to walk 500 miles there. I want to walk 500 more. My bag. And I would walk 500 miles just to see you tonight. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, y'all ain't gotta love my singing. I do not care. Yo, I really don't. Cause I have the voice of an angel. The voice of an angel. And I would walk 500 miles. Okay, so fuck that brush up, man. I gotta really do an Amazon order. So I need some mineral spirits. I need some paint medium. I need some brush restorer because a lot of my brushes are getting funky and cruddy, and it's hard to bring them back to life. And I have so many brushes that I hate to buy new brushes, but my favorite brushes are just like, I'm fucking them up. I'm not gonna lie. I am not the best when it comes to taking care of my brushes. It's a very bad habit. Very, very bad habit. But I got rich artist habits. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I could fuck these brushes up, bitch, because I could just go buy some more. But in reality, I can't go buy more. I can't afford it. Nobody donates to my Patreon page because I don't consistently add new content, because nobody donates to my Patreon page, and I'm stuck in this cycle of not wanting to ask people to help for my art, because my art should not need help. It should help the people. I just need to clean my brushes more, is the point that I'm trying to get to. Is if I just took better care of my brushes, until I can live like a rich artist and just be like, you, art student, go fetch me more brushes, camel hair, and bring me some of that Old Holland. That's all I'm gonna use is Old Holland and Rembrandt paints. Why? Because they're the best. In Blue Ridge. Old Holland, Rembrandt, and Blue Ridge. And then people be like, I use gambling. I'm like, haha, you silly peasant. I remember when I used to use gambling. Oh. My fantasies are slightly dark, but amusing. Conceited, materialistic, and superficial, and that's because I try not to be those things, but I can fantasize that if I was. Alright, what else? I need to make a color list. I need solvents. I need thinner. I need medium. I need paint. I need paper paint palettes. I need... There's something else that I'm forgetting. I need better liner brushes. Damn, my handwriting sloppy as shit, yo. What the fuck? Give me a pencil though. I can write pretty good with pencil. I can't write worth a shit with a brush. How I gotta paint my name? Damn. Yeah, Liquid Swords qualify, yo. That's what I put. He was like, "What's your favorite Wu-Tang album?" Man, Liquid Swords. Even though that Liquid Swords is like a mixtape. Man, most Wu-Tang projects are mixtapes. It's because everybody gets on it. Nobody does a Wu album by themselves. You know, my shit is Liquid Swords by GZA, that Method Man, Tikal, RZA as Bobby Digital, then the Purple Tapes, then that Built for Cuban Links. METHOD, man. METHOD. Yo, that was what? Yo, and he was different. It wasn't too rugged. Like, I don't know. Method just had a different style, yo. That Tikal was one of my favorite albums, yo, back in the day. I own that shit, yo. I own that Tikal album. I ain't gonna lie, like the other day. But RZA came out with that shit like later in the game. But that RZA is Bobby Digital, I got that shit in my cart now, bro. I was listening to that CD like a couple weeks ago. I just took it out recently and put Nas' old album in, that Nostradamus. I mean, that shit has been in the CD for like, been in the CD player for like 2-3 weeks now. I ain't even take that bitch out yet. When I do take it out, put some more old shit in there. Let that shit bump. Listen to the same album whenever I go somewhere for like weeks at a time. I don't go too many places to the grocery store, to work and back. And most of the time, if I'm driving to work, I'll listen to the news in the morning. But if I do feel like listening to some music, hit play, boom, that fucking Nostradamus bump right up in there. A 2015 Chevy Traverse for $5,000. But then I would have to get somebody to buy my vehicle from me to get that shit out the goddamn way. Anybody want a 2006 Chevy Equinox for $1,200? $1,200. What's up, man? It's a good starter vehicle for your kid. Your kid going to school. Your kid gotta go to high school or college or whatever. They need a little car. $1,200. They right there. Bam. I'm keeping my older car, yo. I got a 1998. I'm not giving that shit up, yo. That's a classic. I'd rather drive that shit than the 06 shit. If I get a 2015, that some people be so fucking anxious to sell that shit. You trying to sell that shit too fast, like I can't make a decision on that shit. Oh, you gonna buy it today or you gonna buy it today? Like, no, I'm not gonna buy that shit today, bro. If I like how that shit look, I'd be like, yo, let me take that shit to my mechanic one day next week. Oh yeah, Liquid Sword. Yeah, the album cover was dope as shit, yo. All right, that's about as much as I can do on this piece. Until tomorrow. Let that a little bit dry for a minute. I should go run and look at this car real quick. Yeah, I think I might let me go run some errands. But Alright, I might work on this a little while later. Alright. Two and a half hours and I ain't do a damn thing. Ain't that some shit? Alright guys, I'm gonna go run a couple errands and then what did that guy text me? You know, my man ain't sent the address. What the? I thought she was gonna. Are we still good for tomorrow? Pretty sure. I'm with an apostrophe, bitch. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check with the artist today. I'll double check with the artist this afternoon. To confirm. I'm pretty sure I'll double check with the artist this afternoon to confirm. Because we're supposed to start filming, we're supposed to film an episode of my talk show tomorrow. And so that's the camera guy asking if he actually needs to be at the studio. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, he just has a different number because it has, I already say it has a local listing, but he has a number from a city that's like an hour and a half away. I don't want to drive an hour and a half to find a fucking car, dude. I said, there's just, how, so what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing this. I was gonna I was gonna go do that, but my man ain't never he never sent me the address. Oh well. I don't know if it's time to clean this entire palette off. I just been cleaning like sections off and putting the paint back where I need it instead of like doing a complete overhaul and wipe down. But for this, if I'm gonna get back on this piece, I'm gonna need a bunch of different colors. I'm gonna need the photo for one. And I need to finish this part here. Let's see. Alright, I might do some of this off camera. Because really, cleaning these palettes are boring as heck. I might, in order to get back to this painting, I'm going to clean that glass palette off real good. Because I don't really need skin tones right now. I really want to work on these books a little bit and get the lines straight and get the colors ready so I can start lettering the titles and everything on these books. And there's a ton of them to do, so this should be fun. Alright, I think I'm going to take a break from here for a minute. This guy, I really don't want to do anything until I see if this guy's going to let me check this car out. And it's almost lunchtime too. I'll probably go eat something. Because that little bit of cereal done went away already. I'm about to go eat. And I'll probably hop on the game for a minute. And see what these people gonna do. Y'all anybody wanna play Call of Duty with me? They have Battle Royale duos where you only need you and one homie, and together you guys can go in there and wreak havoc on the impotent dim-witted opponents on the fucking war zone, because these motherfuckers suck. If I just had one good shooter with me, you know, maybe somebody in a sniper class. Because myself, I like assault rifles and submachine guns. Really mid-range, close-range combat. Now, if I had somebody who like sniper rifles and assault rifles, and so they can be long-range, mid-range, man, we'll make a hell of a fucking team, yo. You know what I'm saying? I can't find nobody to play with. And so all day yesterday, I'm just playing with fucking randoms. It's not that fun. Anybody. What is it? It's Sunday. Like I said, I only got a couple things I need to do. And it won't even take that long if people just get back to me. It's free, bro. The free part, you ain't even gotta buy that shit. You might as well try it for free. You gonna like it because it does remind you of Battlefield. It feels like It feels like a Battlefield clone. I'm not gonna lie. It's nice. It's fun. I definitely just need to get out in there with a good shooter. And they keep switching it up too. So I want to play the duos with somebody I know before they take it away, because they gonna switch it, the mode up, and put something else up in there. Because they had the solos. You can battle royale solos, but they call it stimulus, where I understand the feature, but it's corny. I don't like it. So in battle royale, if you die, you go to this place called the Gulag, and it's a one-on-one heads up between you and another player who died, and now they're in the Gulag as well. One-on-one. If you win, you get to go back to the game and get back with your squad and finish playing. If you lose, your team has to find or acquire enough money to buy you back into the game. There is no respawning. But I hate the fucking Gulag shit. But they made it for a little while where if you played solos on the stimulus, you can just buy yourself back every time. You never had to go to the Gulag. As long as you had enough money, if you die, you just buy yourself back until you ran out of fucking money. That shit was fun. But like I say, man, I only had a couple things I needed to do outside the house. People acting like they're taking their poor little time. I could have really been finished with that other painting, but I messed it up a little bit, so let that dry till tomorrow. Probably just take a break out of here, just go play video games. I ain't got shit planned for the day, really. I'll come back up in here later on. And in between, like I said, I'll try to clean that palette off screen, because nobody wants to see that. It takes so long to do that shit. And then we'll start working on this beautiful, beautiful installment of the Reader series. I'll catch you guys downstairs.